For 91X Sports, I'm Adrienne South with a look into the academic expectations of players in the Ontario Hockey League. Homework and hockey, road trips and reading, athletics and academics. For players of the Belleville Bulls, their parents and the coaching staff, these two things must be balanced if up-and-coming hockey players want to have their shot at living the dream. Jake Grimes is the assistant coach of the Bulls. He says he personally ensures players are staying on top of their schoolwork.
First and foremost, I go to the school every Wednesday. We choose Wednesday, I don't know why, but I do. And I meet with every teacher that they have there that works with our kids as well. So the first step is to make sure we stay on top of things, to make sure we know how they're doing, positively and negatively, and we don't let anything start to slide. The second thing we do is we do everything in our power to get them to classes.
Grimes says there are some positives for guys who excel in school, but he says there are consequences if players slack off.
There's some incentives. There's an academic player of the month. There's a lot of decentives. We've sat out players a number of times, or let players not go on road trips because they're underachieving at school. So that's what we do. We communicate with the teachers. If the teacher tells us a player's misbehaving, not trying hard, late for class, all those sort of things, and they don't clean it up, they're going to lose their privilege to play for us. You know, if it happens again and again and again, then they just won't play for us at all. So, but they really want to play and they really want ice time. So it's a pretty effective way to make sure that they straighten up.
Sean Lalone plays defense for the Bulls. He is currently taking a class at Loyalist College as part of the marketing and sales program. Although he is only taking 3 hours of class a week, he says he owes his scholastic success to his dad.
My dad always taught me time management is key and huge, and coming up through the ranks here, found a way, and I have to give credit to my dad for that.
3 hours of class a week might seem like nothing to the average person, but the Bulls are busy boys.
Practice a week, I'd say, maybe 14 hours a week plus the games, so we're pretty busy.
Grimes says players in high school don't have to take a full course load.
They take one course less than they would have, because that final period they would just miss way too much. They'd miss it every day for practice, and they'd miss it for road trips and things. So they take one less, so it sometimes takes them an extra semester or half year or semester to graduate, but that's not a big deal because they're here till they're 19 or 20 anyways, and so they have that extra time.
Tyson Teichman plays goal for the Bulls and is in grade 11. He says he's happy with the course load.
I think the courses that we have picked out for us in the 3 classes works out well, and just make sure you're doing homework and all the work at school definitely helps.
When players transfer or leave Belleville mid-season, Grimes says that's when communication with the schools is most important.
We do a lot of work with the schools. The guidance counselors become very close with each other because a player could be traded at any time. When the player ends up coming in, say 3/4 of the way into a semester, there's a lot of things that have to take place there. Sometimes the player is better off working through correspondence with the school he came from, with some support from the current school, or the new school, and sometimes he's better off just transferring right into the classes because the curriculum is the same, hoping that they have the same classes.
If you're wondering if players need to attain a certain average, Grimes says the main thing is that players don't come to Belleville and end up worse off than they were.
Well, we want them all passing, obviously, but we want them to maintain the average they came here with, if not improve.
It's not just Belleville that has strict rules relating to academics. All the other teams around the OHL also hold their hockey players to similar standards. With your look into scholastics in the OHL, I'm Adrienne South, 91X Sports.